Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Laura the Love Coach. So today I want to talk about, to men specifically, and basically it's titled How to Ask a Woman Out. Alright, so got some good tips here, and I'm going to give you some personal experience of mine of how guys have shown their interest with me without, and like trying to ask me out but not really asking me out, and some things that worked. So first thing is, be direct. Don't beat around the bush. Don't be like, oh, your perfume smells nice. Oh, you look good. You like this. And then don't do anything. Okay? Because a lot of guys do this. They think, okay, if I just tell her she looks really good, then eventually she'll ask me out or she'll show some interest and then I'll be able to ask her out. Remember, a girl may see you and maybe a little attracted to you, but not hugely attracted to where they'll ask you out. But then you get on a date and then they'll end up liking you a lot more. And that's what happened with one of my exes, where I wasn't particularly attracted to him, and he asked me out and I went out, and then on the date that's where I really became more attracted to him, because I saw that he had this whole new life. He had this whole life about him and things that were really attractive to me. Excuse my wheel there, it's like kind of in the way there. I just wanted to do a quick video on my car. And I knew him for a while too, and I went to school with him and everything, and I didn't really find him particularly attractive. I thought he was cute, but you know, I was like, his personality doesn't seem to have much to him. So, but once he asked me out, you know, the attraction really built during that first date. Then we had a second date, it built even more, and then he eventually became my boyfriend. So that's a thing to remember, that, you know, she might not have a huge attraction level for you to where she'll put herself out there and respond really quickly and be like, you know, like if you say, oh, she's beautiful and everything, and compliment her, she's not going to be the one to be like, okay, well, let's go out, you know. But if you be direct and say, oh, you're really beautiful, you know, I'd really like to take you out. Like, I'll show you an instance that happened to me recently where I had this person I knew. I was going to my office on my day off. You know, I was kind of dressed more up than I usually would be when I'm working. So I saw him there and I was talking to him for a minute, and then I was about to leave and he walked out with me and he's like, oh, you're off today? I was like, yeah, I'm off today. He's like, yeah, you look really beautiful today. You know, you dressed up really nice. He's like, you know, I have to get out of here in a minute. I'm almost done, and, you know, I'll be done in a few minutes. Do you want to go out? And that took me by surprise. I was like, oh, wow, it's really direct, you know, like he wanted to go out right then and there. I was like, no, I can't go out now. You know, I have something to do, but here's my number. So we ended up exchanging numbers, and then right when we exchanged numbers, because he was holding something so he couldn't really take my number, so I said, you know, give me your number, I'll call you. And then I called him right away and he had my number locked in his phone, and he probably called me about 5 minutes later and then went over everything. He's like, oh yeah, you know, these are the days I'm free, you know, when do you want to go out? And he really got me because he was very direct about it. A lot of guys are scared to ask a woman out. They're afraid of that rejection. But you got to realize that everything is like numbers, you know. If you ask 10 people out, maybe half of them are going to say no. Or maybe even 70% or 80% are going to say no. But you'll get those two that'll say, hey, yeah, let me try it, you know. And a woman will be more attracted to somebody who's very direct like that. They'll be like, oh, he knows what he wants. He's acting like a man. But when you have a guy who's just like beating around the bush, like I have this one guy that likes me, and he keeps saying, oh, your perfume's so good. He goes like this, oh, you smell so good, oh, you look so good, but he never gets around to asking me out. And I'm not that attracted to him, so I'm not helping him. If I was really attracted to him, maybe I would go after him, but he already kind of looks weak by doing that. Like every single time I see it, oh, you smell so good, oh, you look so good, and you're like this and you're like that, and I'm already looking at him like he's a weak guy, because, you know, all he's doing is beating around the bush. You know, he's like, you know, falling all over me when he's around me, you know, like, oh my God, you're such an amazing person, you know, and keeps repeating it and repeating it and repeating it, but he doesn't take any steps to actually go out with me. And it could be confusing to someone, you know. To a woman, it says, you know, he looks like he likes me, you know, he kind of compliments me, but is he really interested in something? So women, you know, women are afraid of rejection just as much as men are afraid of rejection. Probably not as much, but you know, but we still have the fear of rejection. So maybe if I did like him, but he's not asking me out, I'm like, okay, you know, what are these signals? Does he really like me? You know, should I ask him out, or should I pursue this further? Because some people will say, oh, you're beautiful and you're this and that, and they have no interest in you. So the best thing to do, guys, is to ask a woman directly. Tell her you like her, you know, tell her she looks beautiful. Hey, you look really beautiful, you know, I'd love to go out with you sometime. Can I get your number? Or when you're free? Or like that guy was really direct. He's like, I want to go out with you now. He's like, hey, I'm almost done here. I'm almost free. You know, let's go out. Let's go hang out. You know, you look really beautiful today and everything. So be really direct with women, okay? That'll be your best chance of getting a date. Be direct. Don't be scared of rejection. You're gonna get rejected. Everyone gets rejected. Even the hottest people get rejected. You could have this guy that's got everything, you know, going on for him, really handsome and everything, looks great, really successful, and he's gonna get rejected sometimes. It just happens. And you got a really beautiful woman that has everything going for her, and she goes up to a guy and he's just like, oh, I'm not into her. And you know, he might reject her, okay? But it's all numbers. Eventually you'll find someone who won't reject you, will say, yeah, let me give you a chance. Maybe someone who has an open mind like me, who says, you know, hey, you know, I'm not really attracted to you physically right now, you know, I don't know you though. And that's what it is. That person doesn't know that person. Like this guy who asked me out, you know, he wasn't really my type. I didn't really feel any attraction to him, but just that boldness of him asking me out like that, and right away I was kind of like, okay, I'll give him a chance, you know, because I've been in an area with things like that before. I've met guys like that before where I really wasn't attracted to them in the beginning, and then once we went on a date, once I got to know him, you know, the attraction went up, and I kind of like felt, oh, this is kind of a cool guy. So it's almost like you're asking for an interview, right? So say you're going for a job, are you just gonna be like, oh, they're not gonna like me, so I'm just not gonna ask for an interview? No, you want to get your foot in that door, right? So you want to be bold to say, hey, I want an interview. And then once you get that interview, you kind of get your foot in, right? Now you have your chance to show that person, hey, I'm this great person, I'm this great catch, you really want me to work for you and everything. So you're putting that, the initial asking out is just putting that first foot in the door, okay? They don't have to be really, really attracted to you to ask, to accept. They may say, okay, he's a little cute, not my type, but you know, let me give him a chance. You know, he was bold enough to ask me out. He seems like he's a real man. And that's what women are looking for. Women are looking for men to be men and not be afraid, and to be like, yes, I'm going to ask her out. Even if she rejects me, that's fine, you know, but I'm going to go for it. And that's what women are looking for in a man. Someone who really goes for it, who knows what they want and asks for it. When you got a guy who's kind of likes you but doesn't go for it, it's a turnoff. It's a huge turnoff. It's like, you know, this guy's just like going back and forth with everything, and he doesn't really know what he wants, or he's not sure, or he's scared of me, you know. Women don't like that. It's like if he's intimidated by a woman, you know, women aren't gonna like that kind of a guy, you know, especially if he's like, if there's some huge attraction there, she really likes him, and then she might do some work for him and say, okay, let's go out, you know. But most of the time, women are just going to be like, okay, you know, I kind of think he likes me, but I'm not sure. And just saying someone's beautiful and someone's pretty, or you like their perfume, women get those compliments all day long. You know, it just happens all day. So by you saying that, she's not really going to know if you're really interested in her and you want to go out with her, because she gets those compliments all the time. She gets it from married men. She gets it from her boss, maybe, who has really no interest in her, just may say, okay, you know, you look nice. As someone who's happily married, really no interest in me, you know, having a relationship or going out with me, and he would tell me, he's like, oh, you look great today, you look beautiful, you know, you smell good and everything, but there's no interest there, and I know there's no interest there. So when another guy says, who may be single, you know, I'm always getting these compliments from other guys who are attached, who have no interest, and now someone who's single says it, you know, so it kind of seems like the same thing. And you're like, okay, is this guy really interested in me? Because, you know, I get these compliments all the time. So guys, the biggest thing, this is a short video today, you know, I don't want to go too long in it. Be bold. Don't be afraid to take that risk. Give her a compliment, ask her out right away. You're really beautiful. You know, I just saw you from across the room. You're really beautiful. I'd love to go out with you sometime. Can I get your number? Can we set a date? Something like that. Okay, you can just get her number, maybe call her later and ask her out. But the biggest turn on is when a guy's really bold, especially when they ask for a date right there. And they're like, hey, you know, you're beautiful. I'd love to go out with you. When are you available to go out? You know, can I take you out tomorrow night? Or can we go out tonight and get some drinks or something like that? You know, and now you're getting your foot in the door because you just want to get that foot in the door. Then when you go on a date, then she'll see more about your life and you'll tell her about all the things that you're doing and you get to charm her, and then, you know, the interest will go up. Because remember, most people, you know, there's not love at first sight. You know, it does happen, obviously, but it doesn't happen all the time. Like I told you, my ex, you know, kind of cute. Yeah, he was cute, you know, and he's a very handsome guy. But I didn't really feel any spark there when I met him, you know. I was just like, okay, you know, it's just another guy, you know, he's kind of cute and everything. Didn't really know if he was single. And then once he asked me out, and then I went on that date, I was like, he talked about his life. He was more charming, you know. I really got to have a one-on-one conversation with him, and the interest, like, I really became attracted to him a lot more. Because remember, women aren't just attracted to somebody's looks or how they act with their friends, right? They're attracted to their personality, what they have going on in their life, what kind of person they are, what their dreams, their hopes are. And sometimes you don't have enough time to tell that person someone. You just meet them on the street, or you meet them in a club, or you meet them at a party or something. So really, to be bold and ask them out, say, hey, give me a chance to show you the rest of my life, you know, and how charming I am and how I really am one-on-one. And then that will raise their attraction. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you would like some one-on-one coaching, you can go to my website, which is www.laurathelovecoach.com. If you'd like to send me an email, I also do email coaching. You can email me at laura@laurathelovecoach.com. And if you like my videos and you'd like me to continue making them for you and help you with your love life, you can also show your appreciation by giving me a PayPal donation. I have it on my website. I also have the link in the description to my PayPal. And I'll see you all next time. Thank you. Have a good one.